Good day everyone, I am Meet S. Tumugdan from Group 7 and today I will be discussing about religion and ethics, navigating the complicities of choice. The tapestry of human existence is intricately woven with the threads of religion and ethics, and these fundamental forces shape our understanding of right and wrong, influencing our decisions and ultimately defining the course of our lives. This presentation explores the profound interplay between these two spheres, delving into the ways in which religious beliefs and traditions provide a framework for ethical decision making in a rapidly changing world. No, ang pag-aaralan po natin sa araw pong ito is about sa decision making. Alam naman po natin na ang lahat ng tao ay kailangang gumawa ng isang desisyon araw-araw, no? And then, yung mga decisions po natin is founded siya sa kung saan yung belief natin. It's either religious belief or your personal beliefs. Sa pamamagitan po nito, malalaman po ng isang tao kung ano ang mabuti or kung ano ang masama. At kapag ang tao malaman na kung ano ang mabuti at kung ano yung masama, ito yung tutulong sa kanya na makapag-decide sa isang bagay. And that decision will define someone's life. The influence of faith on ethical choices. Ano ba yung influensya ng faith, no? Sa mga decision or mga choices na ginagawa po natin. Number 1 is moral norms. Faith traditions often provide a foundation for moral norms, outlining principles and values that guide ethical behavior. And these norms, derived from sacred text, teachings, and communal practices, serve as a compass for navigating the complicities of everyday life. One of the influence of faith into someone when someone is making a decision, no, is yung kanyang moral norms. Ano ba yung moral norms? Sabi po dito, moral norms is derived from sacred text. When we say sacred text, pwede natin siyang i-compare sa someone na when we say faith manggod, first thing, no, ano ba yung faith? Yung faith is yung belief mo or yung trust mo into someone or something that you really believe gajud na kini nga tao is nani mahimo, no? Example ani is kanang mga religious people belong in I don't na lang, example na lang is ako, I belong to a Christian or born again religion. And then ano ba yung influence ng faith sa decision making ko? Unang-una is kaning sacred text. Kini nga sacred text is kino-compare ko into Bible. Sa Bible. Ang Bible is nakakatulong sa akin sa pagde-decide ko. And then the next one is the teachings. When we say teachings naman, maybe it is the teachings of a pastor or a leader sa isang simbahan na kinabibilangan ng isang tao. Nakaka-influensya 'yon sa pag-decide ng tao, yung mga naririnig niyang mga pagtuturo. And the communal practices. Ano ba yung mga ginagawa ng isang tao sa kinabibilangan niyang simbahan? Ano ba yung ginagawa ng simbahan? Yung ato. Example is, you belong to the church where hindi ka pwedeng maki-appeal sa disco. Example is ako. Sa simbahan namin, bawal ang mag-disco. So, makakaapekto siya sa sa mga choices na kailangan kong gawin. Kapag merong event, of course, I will separate myself. Or hindi ako sasama sa mga time na kailangan ng mag-disco or may disco na. And then, one of the influence of faith pod on ethical choices is our personal reflection. Faith encourages personal reflection on ethical issues, prompting individuals to examine their motivations, values, and the impact of their choices on themselves and others. This introspective process leads to greater ethical awareness and deeper moral commitment. One of the influence of faith pod is our sa atong personal reflection. No, ini-encourage tayo ng yung faith na meron tayo is kuan siya tinutulungan tayo na mag-reflect sa mga nakikita natin, sa motivations natin in life, in our values na naa sa atua, and the choices, yung mga choices na ginawa natin before. Ma-reflect natin na, ito yung choice ko before, at yung naging resulta is hindi maganda. So, dahil nakita natin kung ano yung resulta na hindi pala siya naging maganda, of course, hindi na natin siya gagawin ulit. Hindi na natin pipiliin yung decision na ganun ulit. The same thing na nangyari before. No? And then, ayun, tinutulungan tayo, when we say personal reflection, tinutulungan tayo na malaman natin ano ba yung something na nakakapag-motivate sa atin. And then, yung values natin, nakikita natin yung sa reflection natin, kung ano yung nakikita natin sa iba or sa sarili natin, magdedepende yan, dumidepende yung decision making natin. And the next is the community and belonging. Religion fosters a sense of community and belonging, offering a shared framework for ethical decision making. This shared understanding strengthens moral convictions and provides support in navigating ethical dilemmas. No? And then one of the influence pod ng faith natin is ang community and belonging. When we have this faith, of course, it can affect the decision making natin into our community and belongings. Mas pipiliin natin na gawin yung sa tingin natin mabuti kasi ito yung sinasabi ng faith natin Gagawin natin to. And then kaninga decision is can affect the community. Sabi dito, the shared understanding strengthens moral convictions and provides support in navigating ethical dilemmas when we are when we are facing difficult situations. No? Ang decision natin is naka-base sa kung ano yung pinaniniwalaan natin, our faith into something or into someone. And example is humarap ka sa mahirap na sitwasyon, and then you have to decide whether this thing will be good, dili lang sa akong kaugalingon, or this decision ba will benefit not just me, but even the community. Of course, pipiliin mo yung makakapag-benefit hindi lang sa'yo, but even to your community. No? Mauna siya. Hindi ka na magiging selfish. And then, the last one is the divine guidance. Many religions offer a concept of divine guidance, which can provide solace and direction in ethical decision-making. This belief in a higher power can offer comfort and strength when facing difficult choices. And then, example ko na rin dito is ako rin. Sa religion na kinabibilangan ko, or sa belief naman, we believe that there is Holy Spirit. And that Holy Spirit is tinatawag naming divine guidance. And then this can affect our decision making. Why? Because we believe that divine guidance will truly guide us kung ano ba yung mabuti, or kung ano ba yung mas better na decisions na kailangan naming gawin, na dapat naming piliin. No? All is na ako sa isang party or event, and then I am with my friends, and then my friend offered me na mag-inom. Pero para sa akin, ang divine guidance is gi-convict ko na dili na siya maayo. Maong mo depende ko sa kung ano yung belief ko, yung stand ko na hindi siya mabuti, malito, masama siya, hindi ko siya gagawin. And then ayun, pero meron pang mas deeper pa nga mga situations where divine guidance is good siya, evident good siya. Mao to siya. And then sa community and belonging, one of the example kay kana ganing mag-feeding ka, 'di ba? Example is you have much blessing, and then dili ka ganahan nga imuhara tong blessing. That's why imong gidecide na magpa-feeding ko, mutabang ko sa mga katawhan sa komunidad na kinabibilangan ko. And ayun, Next is the art of choosing well. Navigating ethical dilemmas. Number 1, we have recognizing ethical challenges. The first step in navigating ethical dilemmas is to recognize them. Kailangan kilalanin mo muna. No? Paano ba, kini nga topic is about, sa moment na kailangan nating mag-decide, kailangan nating pumili. Number 1 daw, kailangan i-recognize muna natin yung ethical challenges. Recognize, kilalanin mo, no? Or alamin mo. This requires careful consideration of the situation, identifying potential conflicts of values and understanding the potential consequences of different actions. First thing, kapag pipili ka or kapag kailangan mong mag-decide, of course, kailangan mo munang alamin. Ano ba yung kailangan kong piliin dito? Bakit kailangan kong pumili? Siya. Bakit kailangan kong pumili? And then, this required the careful considerations. You have to consider. Kung pipiliin ko yung kini nga choice, first choice, ano ba yung benefit nito sa akin? Good ba? Or bad? Kung kinipod nga second choice, kung kinipod akong piliun, unsa may ma-benefit nito sa ako? Good ba or bad? Ano ba yung potential consequences, no? Or consequences sa actions na gagawin mo. Number 2 is seeking guidance. Kailangan daw mag-seek ka ng guidance. Once an ethical dilemma is identified, kapag nalaman mo na kung asa nabutang ka kailangan mag-decide, no, it is essential to seek guidance. Essential, when we say essential, mahalaga. Kailangan mag-seek ka ng guidance. Pwede ka mag-ask or ka ng advice into someone na naka-experience na nakaharap na sa nga situation, pwede rin na siya. And then this may involve consulting religious texts or pwede siya personal man din siya. Seeking advice from trusted mentors or engaging in dialogue with individuals who hold different perspectives. No? Kapag kailangan mong mag-decide into something, you have to seek guidance. Kung religious person ka, of course, mo seek ka og guidance into religious text. Mauni ang Bible, mag-Bible base ka. And then pwede pod nga mo seek ka og advice from trusted mentors, to your pastors, to your leaders, to your teachers, to someone na nag-trust yun ka. And then engaging in dialogue with individuals who hold different perspectives. Pwede ka mangutana pod. Or pwede gani imong himuon kay ako nagplan gyud ko every time na kailangan kong mo face sa ethical dilemmas na time ato. Gusto kong lumapit sa someone na hindi ko siya close, hindi ko siya kilala, pero gusto ko magtanong ako sa kanya, mag-open ko sa kanya, tapos pakinggan ko kung ano yung sasabihin niya sa akin kasi hindi gusto ko lang. And then, weighing consequences. Basta yun na siya. Careful consideration of the potential consequences of each action is crucial. This requires weighing the potential benefits and harms of different choices, both for oneself and for others. One pwede ay nga consideration is to weigh consequences. Kapag naisip mo na or na-identify mo na ano ba yung decision na possible nimong piliun, ano ba yung consequences nito sa action na gagawin mo. And then, ayun, kailangan alamin mo, makakaya mo ba yung benefit ng decision na gagawin mo kung kanain mong gipili? Not just the benefit for yourself or the consequences or the harms for yourself, but even to others. To people na nakasurround sa imuha. Sometimes manggod yung decision natin, no? Hindi gyud siya maka-influence ra or dili lang kita ang impacted. Di lang siya sa atin, but may impact po siya sa mga tao sa paligid natin. So mauna i-remind gyud nato atong kaugalingon that our decisions, sa pag-make natin ng decisions, we have to be really careful, no? And then, ayun, i-oversee na dayo na to. Ano ba yung magiging consequence kapag ka na imong gibuhat? Maayo ba siya or dili? Kung kabayo ka na dili siya maayo, of course, then do not do it. And then making a decision, mauna ni siya saka ka make ng decision. Kapag nalaman mo na kung ano ba yung i-identify na malaman mo na kung ano ba yung kailangan mong pag-decidean. And then nag-seek na ka ng guidance, naka-gather na ka ng mga opinions ng iba, pero okay man to siya. Mag-gather ka ng opinions ng iba, pero it is in the end gyud kay ikaw ra gyud ang mo decide para sa imong kaugalingan. Mga yura kag opinion sa iba, pero sa imong gihapon siya makakuan. And then nalaman nimo kung kana yung mga possibilities na kung kana imong ipiluon nga decision, malaman nimo unsay mga possibilities na mahitabo, the consequences of your action, the consequences of your decisions, saka ka na mag-decide. Making a decision with careful reflection and a thorough understanding of the situation, a decision can be made. Mauna ni diri na ka mubuhat your action, himuon na nimo. This decision should align with one's personal values, religious beliefs, and the principles of ethical conduct. No, kana ay nga decision dapat align siya sa religious belief nimo, sa values na meron ka personally, and the principles of ethical conduct. Of course, kapag nag-gather na nimo tanan, mas pipiliin mo yung decision na mo-align sa kung ano yung gina-stand nimo sa imong kaugalingon. And then next is the role of natural law in ethical decision making. Natural law, as articulated in scholastic theology, provides a framework for understanding ethical principles that are inherent in human nature. This tradition posits that certain moral truths are accessible through reason and experience. Independent of specific religious beliefs, natural law principles emphasize the inherent dignity of the human person, the importance of justice, and the need for social order. Natay mga law in ethical decision making, and one of those is respect for human life. No, when you are about to make a decision, of course you have to consider the respect for human life. Natural law upholds the sanctity of human life, arguing that every human being possesses inherent dignity and should be treated with respect. Dapat kapag mag-decide ka into something, kailangan nandyan ang respect. Dapat yung decision mo is hindi siya makakaapekto ng masama sa mga tao, kanang dili gani ka na kini nga decision is para lang sa imong kaugalingon tapos waya na nimo giisip ang uban, and that was disrespectful para sa mga ibang tao. Kailangan kapag mag-decide, uban ni ana is the respect, not just for yourself but for others pod. Number 2 is justice and fairness. Natural law emphasizes the importance of justice and fairness, advocating for equitable treatment and the protection of the vulnerable. Kailangan i-consider pud nimo ang justice and fairness. Kailangan maayog yun siya. Kapag mo decide ka labi na kung broad gani ang decision mo, kanang maka-affect yun siya sa ibang tao, kailangan justice and fairness. No? And then the third one is the common good. Natural law promotes the common good, suggesting that individuals have a responsibility to contribute to the well-being of society and to act in ways that promote peace and harmony. Mga basic raman siya. And ayun, the third one is common good. Kailangan kapag mag-decide ka, dapat yun maayo. No? Kay kanang makakontribute gani sa society, kanang dili ka mo decide na makadaot ka. Example is the very very specific example is that kailangan, example, kung mag-involve ka sa drug kay maka-benefit ba na sa imong society, sa community na ginabibilangan mo? Of course not. Then you will not do it. Ano siya? Dapat promote peace and harmony. Dapat kuan dili ka maghimo og mga dautan, no? Dapat maayo ra gyud ang mga decisions natin. Mao na kailangan talaga na careful ta sa pag-make ng decisions. Kasi dili lamang na siya maka kuan, dili lamang pag mohimo manggod ka og kanang dautan nga decision, of course kuan, yes, kuan siya, maka-apekto siya sa tao nang hindi maganda, og ikaw pod, masira pod ka, masira imong dignity sa mga mata ng ibang tao. Ay, ingana di ay na siya nga tao, kay kana iyang gipili nga decision, di ba? Og kita tanan kay dili ganahan ing ana. Mao na. And the number 4 is the truth and honesty. Natural law values truth and honesty, emphasizing the importance of integrity and the avoidance of deception. Kailangan kapag mag-decide ka, you have the truth and honesty. Dapat honest ka. Ayaw pagpalimbong-limbong, kay dili na siya maayo. It will not bring good benefit sa imuha. And then, mauna siya. The next, the role of religion in shaping moral character. Religion plays a significant role in shaping moral character by providing individuals with a framework for ethical development. Through religious practices, teachings, and community involvement, individuals are encouraged to cultivate virtues such as compassion, honesty, humility, and forgiveness. Ano ba yung role ng religion, no, sa pag-mold sa atong moral character? Number 1 is spiritual growth. Religious practices such as prayer, meditation, and service foster spiritual growth and cultivate moral awareness. One of the role of religion is for us to grow spiritually. Through what? Through prayer, meditation, and services. Ano ba yung mga services? Na siya, mga meetings. Example is Sunday service or the prayer meeting, the Bible study. Those are the services na makahelp sa isa ka tawo na mo-grow siya spiritually. How do we know that someone is having a spiritual growth? Of course, makita na siya sa actions ng isa ka tawo. Kung kana nga tawo kay makita nimo gani na siya tanan man tabuutan pero lahi ra siya kay siya basta mo basig gid siya sa ilang religious belief. That is spiritual growth. Dako ang role sa religion sa pag-shape kanato. Dako gid siya. Number 2 is moral education. Religious teachings and scriptures provide guidance on ethical conduct, emphasizing the importance of living a virtuous life. No? Moral education. Paano ba tayo natututo sa religion? Through what? Through reading the Bible. Sa Bible manggod kay ang scripture na kay daghan siya mga learnings na makuha nimo that will truly teach you na mahimo kang good person, kanang ma-practice gyud nimo yung mga virtues such as kanang giingon diri compassion, honesty, humility, and forgiveness, kay makita man na nimo. And then of course kapag mabasa na nimo, ma-apply po na nimo, dili ra kataman magbasa, but in the end of your reading dapat meron kang applications. Kapag nag-apply ka sa mga tanan na imong gipangbasa, tanan nga imong gipamatian sa imong services, and then sa mga meditations nimo through your personal reading Bible or prayer time, diha gyud ka mo grow spiritually. Next is community support. Religious communities offer support and encouragement in developing moral character, fostering a sense of belonging and shared values. Through religion pod, of course, magkaroon tayo ng good relationship into someone or the people in your community. Kay kabalo man ka sa sa imong stand na dapat mohimo ra ka og ganing pleasing na mga butang, mahimo kang maayo nga tawo, kay naman kay mga virtues na ingana na practice man na nimo, nakita man na sa imo, of course makabuild yun ka og maayo nga relationship towards the people in your community. And then mo support ka kung unsay maayo nga buluhaton diha sa imong community, no? And then mo encourage pud ka. One of the example pud is kanang mo encourage ka, and then maghuna-huna ka not just about yourself but to kuan pod to sa kuan kalagayan pod sa imong isig katao. The next is religion and ethics in decision making, a dialogue. Iposa na ko ni. Religion and ethics in decision making, a dialogue. Engaging in dialogue with individuals from different faiths and backgrounds is crucial for fostering understanding and promoting ethical progress. Diri na ta kanang kita na pod maka-encounter ta ng mga katulad natin pero lahi ang ilang beliefs, lahi ang ilang faiths, lahi ang ilang backgrounds. And then tinawag daw ni nga crucial, lisod gyud ni siya para maunawaan mo ang isang tao, and then kuan kay lahi-lahi man mong beliefs, di man mo magkasinabot, no? Such dialogues can help us identify shared values, bridge differences, and develop more nuanced and informed ethical perspectives. Pero dire naka-provide diri kanang dialogues that will help us na ma-build ning understanding towards someone na iba ang iyang belief. Number 1 is kailangan respect for diversity. Recognizing the value and validity of different religious perspectives. Paano ka magkakaroon ng good connection or good relationship towards someone na dili nimo kapareho og belief? Kailangan mo respect ka. Respect for diversity. Dapat irespeto mo na ang tanang tao, dili gyud sila pare-parehas. Nagyud tay kalahian. Lahi ang iyang belief, lahi pud ang iyaha, and that's totally normal. And then ayun, kailangan i-recognize natin and kuan natin himuon nato nga valid ang ilang opinions towards something kay lahi man ang iyang belief ug lahi pud ang imuha. Mo respect ka kung kana iyang opinion, kani ang imuha, mo respect ka kung magkalahi mo. Kay mao lagi to, dili mo parehas. And then open-mindedness. Willingness to listen to and consider different viewpoints, even those that challenge our own beliefs. Kailangan open-minded ka, no? Lisod baya ni kanang maka-encounter ka ng someone na nag-usap mo tapos napunta na kayo sa topic na lahi na di ay kanang ano na murag something na maka-build na ng argument kani. Dapat daw di ay kay open-minded ka, willing ka na mamati sa iya ha. And then i-consider someone's different viewpoints kana iyang paglantaw ug kini pud ang imuha magkalahi pero naminaw gihapon ka, even those kuan mamamati ra ka, maipakita ra nimo sa tawo nga ingana day ang imong belief kani manggod ang ako pero dili na ka mukuan kung mag-talk ka tapos makabuild ra og argument, ayaw ra kan pag-talk, pag-listen ra kan, no? kahit na gani ka ng iyang gipang-ingon is naka-challenge na, china-challenge na yung belief mo na lahi man jud talaga iyang belief, lahi man pud ang ako, parang gusto mo na mo talk pero piliin mo na lang na hindi ka na lang mag-talk kay isabot-sabot ra kan, paminaw-minaw ra kan kadiha. And then empathy. Understanding and appreciating the perspectives of others even when we disagree with them. Kailangan i-appreciate natin. Kuan natin, sabton na to. Ing ana di ay ang iyang kuan opinion, ing ana di ay ang iyang belief, nice man pod pero lahi man gud ang ako pero sige ra ako na i-accept, ako na pamation, ako na i-consider, no? Kahit deep within us gyud kay disagree gyud ta sa ilaha kay lahi-lahi gani, no? And then collaboration, the last one is collaboration, working together to address common ethical challenges, drawing on the strengths of different faith traditions. Kailangan mo collab ka. And then mo build ka og connection ana niya para magkasinabot mo, labi na kung naamoy sa sitwasyon nga nag-usap mo and then lahi-lahi mo opinion. Of course kailangan duha pod mo cooperate nga i-address ano ba yung challenges ana nga situation, ano ba yung decision na kailangan natin gawin para mahimo siyang okay, why kuan, why samok na mahitabo, no, drawing on the strengths of different faith traditions ug hanapon dayon ni Joe kung yung kanang something na sa iyang belief ug sa imuhang belief pod na mahimo siyang strength and not the weakness, kanang makahugot gani ka og kuan, kanang pwede mo ma-connect, pwede mo nga kuan something na magkasinabot mo sa isa ra ka butang. Next, intersection of religion and ethics, a legacy of moral progress. Throughout history, religion has played a significant role in promoting moral progress. No, maka-help gyud manggod talaga ang religion sa pag-build ng moral ng isang tao. And then, from the development of human rights to the advancement of social justice movements, faith traditions have often provided the impetus for ethical reform and the pursuit of a more just and compassionate world. Wow. Unsa may mga progress, moral progress na kuan sa religion and ethics, connected man ni sila duha. Number 1 is peace and non-violence. Many religions emphasize the importance of peace and non-violence, promoting reconciliation and conflict resolution. Tanan mga religion dili man sila mo promote na magkaroon ng mga samok, di ba? We all know gyud na ang tanang mga religion na atong kinabibilangan, it's either religion sa ibang tao, Catholic man na, Iglesia man na ni Cristo, or any religion, of course mo promote gyud sila og peace and non-violence, kay niapil gani ta og religion kay para matudloan ta unsaon pagbuhat sa maayo dili sa daotan, no? And then number 2 is social justice. Faith traditions have often been at the forefront of social justice movements, advocating for equality, human rights, and the protection of the marginalized. Social justice. Nagkaroon po ng progress through religion and ethics sa social justice na himong mas pinahalagahan ng faith traditions, of course, ang justice sa isa ka tawo. Dapat yun kay kuan siya. And then equality and the human rights. Of course, dili man ta mo sulod sa religion nga mangdaot og tao. Right? Mo promote gyud ta ng maayo. Dili lang sa atong kaugalingon but even to others. Next is the compassion and charity. Religious teachings emphasize the importance of compassion and charity, encouraging individuals to care for the needs of others and to alleviate suffering. No? Lots of religions or churches akong nakita ba, even sa amo before sa Manila, kay kana man good compassion is kanang kaluoy nimo, and then mag-feeding yud me, charity something ingana siya. And then ayun, ang compassion man god, when you have the compassion, it will lead you into giving. Mao na ang charity. So, kana siya, i-encourage nila ang mga tao nga magkaroon ng compassion, ma-feel nila ang compassion to someone or to the people or to the children na wala gani makaon, mga lisod nga mga tao, and then ila na tabangan, no, charity. Next is environmental stewardship. Many religions promote environmental stewardship, emphasizing the responsibility to care for the natural world and to preserve its resources. Of course, the most important one is the environmental stewardship. Ang mga tao nga mo involve ingani sa mga religions is mo take care gud sila sa ilang surrounding, sa ilang world, kay they give very importance sa atong world, kay dili ta makakaon, diba? Dili ta mabuhi. Next is the power of religious ethics in shaping the future. In a world facing unprecedented challenges, religious ethics offers a powerful framework for navigating the complexities of the future. By drawing on the wisdom and values of our faith traditions, we can cultivate a more just, compassionate, and sustainable world for generations to come. unsaon man na nato mahimo. Number 1 is environmental stewardship. Faith traditions can inspire action to address climate change and protect the environment. Para ma-preserve natin or ma-shape natin yung future, of course, ang religion can help us na our faith traditions can inspire us na muhimo ta og actions that will address climate change and protect the environment. Sa mga kinabibilangan natin ng mga kuan sa simbahan, of course, kuan siya makatabang ni sa ato nga malaman natin na kana di ay kay dili siya maayo nga buhaton kanang paglabay og basura bisag asa, no, dili dai na siya good or makahatag og makahatag og good sa environment, so dili na nato siya himuon, no. And then the next one is social justice. Religious ethics can guide efforts to address poverty, inequality, and discrimination. May mga churches manggod na magtudlo sila about sa kuan to handle finances in a good way. And then through that, of course, ma-help nimo ang tao or the members of the church na dili sila maglisod. Less poverty and inequality sa churches pod na kinabibilangan natin, of course magtudlo na sila nga unsa may maayo sa isa ka tawo. Is that thing good or is that thing bad para sa isa ka tawo, no? Inequality, mga dili selfish kapag kuan belong sa ingana nga churches. And then discrimination, of course kabayo man ta nga makasakit ta og tao when we discriminate them, of course dili na nato sila buhaton. And then interfaith dialogue. Engaging in dialogue with individuals from different faiths can foster understanding and cooperation. And shaping the future, of course, mo interfaith yun ta kanang makipag-communicate tayo sa mga katulad natin, even though hindi natin sila pare-parehas na mga belief. Marami man na sa school, 'di ba? Dili man ta pare-parehas og beliefs, pero connected gihapon ta. Nay part nga connected gihapon ta, and that is a good thing, no? Mas maintindihan natin na yung word na cooperation. Mo-cooperate gihapon ta into someone even though they have the different perspectives from ours. And for the conclusion, embracing the journey of ethical growth. The journey of ethical growth is a lifelong endeavor, guided by the interplay of religion and ethics. As we navigate the complexities of modern life, we are called to draw on the wisdom of our faith traditions, engage in meaningful dialogue, and strive to live lives that reflect our highest values. By embracing the ethical principles that undergird our beliefs, we can contribute to a more just, compassionate, and sustainable future for all. Now, the journey of ethical growth is a lifelong endeavor. Dili gyud siya kuan ra for a very short time. Taas gyud siya. Taas kaayo. And then pero mahimo nato ni tanan na mahimo tang kuan gani ang atong kinabuhi or ang atong actions can bring good not just to ourselves but to others when kuan we are guided by the kuan religion and ethics. Maunang it is important gyud na mo involve ta ana, no, naagyud tay faith, and I believe that all of us have faith gyud kay kuan ug mutuo pud ko na ang tanang tao kay naay kamaayo sa ilang kasing-kasing, even though they don't belong to a religion or mga religions, wala sila kinabibilangan ingana, pero naay something na good sa ilaha, and kuan makapush na nga mobuhat gyud og maayo, mo decide gyud kung unsay maayo, no? And then maora to. Thank you for listening, and God bless you all.